Yesterday was quite the busy con day. Today is going to be another busy day. And the panel starts at 10. Thanks. Which I'm going to the Equestria Society Technology one. Which sounds like a very interesting panel. So I'll pretty much see you there.
Then we stand in place for speeches. It's like I want to thank my brother, I want to thank my sister, I want to thank my wife, I want to thank my sister-in-law, I want to thank my children.
Second cousin.
Oh yeah, second cousin. Yeah, they'll always think you're second cousins. And then pass and review, right face. Then we march down. Then we march around the field playing separate five. Then we go out. And yeah.
You guys are going to.
Oh yeah, then we also have to count some of the sergeant at the end. It's
fairly straightforward.
I'm a corporal. Oh gosh, that question is very irritating because Dynasty, not irritating in that way, but it's irritating because Dynasty Warriors, my favorite changes like every week. Because Dynasty Warriors 7 has the best story, Dynasty Warriors Strike Force has the best gameplay, and Dynasty Warriors 8 has the best balance, so it's so hard to pick my favorites. Yeah, no Dynasty Warriors Gundam. I know it has giant robots in it, but don't be fooled.
You're not gonna take my knees. My arms
We should totally do
Yes, definitely. You know, when I first saw the trailer for Pacific Rim, I actually thought that was everything I know.
The only one that's going to have first-hand knowledge of Vietnam. So.
I missed by 2 years.
Way back when Jesus was a private.
I got lobster dinner.
Oh, that's sweet. I didn't realize you were Booker DeWitt for a minute.
Yeah.
I just want to
I'm sorry, I thought you were generic cowboy man. Sorry.
Anybody who throws things at me saying book or catch, I'm going to throw it right back at you.
I'm sorry.
Hey!
Book or catch? I'll take your phone. Orange cap.
That gun was upgraded for damage, right?
I think you forgot to set phasers to kill.
Such phasers to fun!
All right. Good morning, everyone. How's the convention so far?
Yeah!
Has it been fun?
Yes! Did someone say fun? Fun.
First, let me introduce myself, and then the other fine people at this table will also introduce themselves. My name is Silvermane. I'm the journalist and pony convention liaison for the military brony group, FOB Equestria. For those of you who don't know what FOB means, it stands for Forward Operating Base, and it usually means a remote location where military members are stationed to accomplish a certain task that doesn't require the construction of a permanent base. So anyway, like I said, my name is Silvermane. I've been in the military in one form or another since 1977.
He's old.
No. Old is 5 years older than me. Yes, right now I'm in the Air Force as a senior master sergeant. I first got in the fandom in mid-2012, and as far as I can tell, Fluttershy is still best pony. All right, time for introductions, and we'll start on this side.
Okay, start on this side. All right. I'm one of the military bronies from the documentary with Mike Brokaw. My name is Michael Rice. All right, guys. First, I gotta ask: is there anybody in the aviation community out there? Sweet. Oh, yeah. Awesome. All right, I'm GTR. I'm kind of the fob gaming guy. It's kind of falling off, but I 6 years in the Army. I was a Black Hawk crew chief, and now I'm flying helicopters for the University of North Dakota.
Yay.
Okay, my name is Tabor. I know I spoke to you a lot yesterday, so I like to see a lot of faces. I'm seeing all of you out there. I'm the FOB community networking guy. And the duct tape wasn't important.
It lasted for an hour. Give us some credit, all right?
What could possibly go wrong?
Anyways, why
Pay no attention to the man behind the mirror.
Okay, the way this works is if we have one thing go wrong, everything else will be perfect. So we're good for the rest of the con now.
Yes.
Killed final.
That's flawless logic.
Tempting fate at all.
All right.
It's fixed. You saw nothing.
Anyway, so
If you
I'm
see
Tabor,
something,
I'm the
say
shooting guy,
nothing and drink to forget.
I'm in the Air Force myself, so I'm a lieutenant with the Air Force. And yeah, I love BronyCon. I've actually been with the fandom since the start of it, and one of my earliest memories is flying over from Kadena Air Force Base in Okinawa, and actually playing around with the Generation 1 ponies on the plane when I was young. So I go back all the way, actually.
How did you find your way here?
Hey, okay, you've all helicopters on the roof. You can't spell hospitality, so let's just get helicopters on the roof.
Nobody gave him a map. That was the whole trick to it.
You gotta know how to use a compass, shoot back at this dead reckoning. That's how you need to do it.
And then you ask a private where you're at.
And that's then we're good to go. All right, so
Oh, we're on me now.
We're on you.
I'm APC, the aerial party cannon. I'm 7 years and some change, active Army, obviously not anymore. Worked on AH-64 attack helicopters. I hang around the FOB, that's really all I do. I don't really know what my qualifications are.
Who's the Bob party partner?
He's the fob drunk. So I'm Moto. I've been in for about 2.5 years now. I just showed up in Korea and drank with this guy, and I got here.
It's funny because the military people are alcoholics.
It's a true fact.
Alcoholics go to meetings.
All right, I am Josh Gorcher, and I will be leading your period of instruction this morning. We will be talking about military stuff. In case of emergency, the fire exits are there.
Warn them about the trip hazards.
They got the sign up there.
Also, I have to ask everybody out here, is anybody here looking for Josh?
I was.
All right, good. We got some.
All right, my name is Sonnerhoof. I'm
He's our toast. He is our favorite. He's so cuddly.
No one gets hugs. I'm your friendly neighborhood moderator. That's why you don't get hugs. I hit you with a band hammer.
True story.
I was in for 6 years. I just recently got out, got my discharge papers from the Marine Corps. I was data while I was there, and I like to help out the FOB by being the moderator and keeping you people in control.
He tries. He tries so hard.
So obviously we're working with very few microphones here. But I'm Spangle. I've been with FOB since 2012, I guess it was. Yeah. But joined the Air Force back 6 years ago. I am an aircraft mechanic on C-130s. Unfortunately, not AC-130s, but you know, you can still make do. Joined the community in about late 2011. Been with it ever since. Love it. And it's been a real fun ride.
There's a key note that Spangle, in addition to being head of literature, is also head desert sand ninja. So.
All right, introductions out of the way, here we go. As I hope all of you know, this is a panel exploring the questions of whether or not Equestria has in fact a military force, and of some kind, and if so, what form does it take? In fact, we have a slideshow for that, right there. Yay for slideshow. I hope it'll work.
It's not a briefing if you don't have a PowerPoint.
I know, right?
That's my PowerPoints.
As you heard, this panel is being put on by the fine folks at FOB Equestria.
Yay!
And approved by this organization that you might have heard of. But before we get to the fun stuff, we have to go through some non-fun stuff. It's not too bad. Just a few slides of legalese. The lawyers made us do it.
We strive for accuracy.
Look,
We are here to give you the great military experience that you're all looking for.
in fact, here's the first legal slide.
Everyone will be forced to hydrate before you leave the panel.
This panel, we don't want to get Hasbro mad at us. So, this panel is discussion and part of the presentation only in order to reflect the views, opinions, policies of the United States Army, or any intentions thereof. In other words, it's just us up here talking. We're not representing any military entities at all, in no way, shape, or form. All right. This says that we love Hasbro, and they do great, and we think they're the best things ever. And, in fact, I, for one, welcome our new Hasbro overlords. And to make sure everything is nice and legal, I'm going to put Hasbro's logo up here a whole bunch of times, and wherever a copyright image appears, we can say that's where one of the logos goes. So here goes. Everybody loves Hasbro, right? Hasbro. All hail Hasbro.
And Josh Gorcher.
Yes.
If you guys have your bingo sheets, go ahead and mark Hasbro.
Yes. Hasbro, 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 Hasbro.
And those are the sheets that you just became. We're really just trying to see how much of this stage we can destroy before the end of this panel. We're a good start.
Also a military tradition.
Really? This wasn't in their preview.
I made it up yesterday, late at night. Shut up.
You need more Hasbro.
We can get started finally. Hasbro is happy. I'm happy. Everybody's happy. All right. Army, theories are magic. All right. Before we actually get into the question of whether or not Equestria actually has a military presence or not, it might be desirable to clarify just what a military is. In general terms, in the United States anyway, it's basically this. A group of individuals trained, supported, and sanctioned by the government, usually with civilian oversight, whose job it is to carry out the government's policies or directives by use of force. I know, right? Use of force.
May the force be with you.
Actually, it is the fourth coming soon, so. Actually, if this was Star Wars, you could be clones.
Fun fact, we're all alcoholics, so that might be true.
All right. When we're doing this panel, to keep things fairly simple, we're only going to use sources from the show itself, because using fandom sources such as FimFic would quickly lead to madness. So, canon sources only. Also, during the panel, we'd really appreciate alternate theories and ideas from you guys. Again, as long as it's not stuff like, well, KCAT says in Followed Equestria that X, Y, and Z happened. We're also going to leave off the subject of the Wonder Bolts until later in this panel. They're kind of a topic all by themselves. The ability of a society to actually have the infrastructure to support an army depends on a few factors. Number one is the level of technology. A primitive society where sharpened stick is the height of weapons technology would more likely field a mob rather than an army. Second is the presence or absence of law enforcement and medical personnel. A society having these services suggests a level of government involvement where a viable military presence with civilian government oversight may be possible. So, what kind of technology does Equestria have? Well, we know they have electricity. There is a hydroelectric jam shown in several episodes, like right there.
You had to show from there, well then, Chip.
Your favorite everybody's favorite episode, right? Plus it's got Rainbow Dash in it.
So, hold on. You're saying that the episodes without Fluttershy are not the best episodes?
It's hard to say. It's got electricity in it, so it's cool. But Fluttershy is in there. It's run by Magic.
Or maybe there's a bunch of ponies running on wheels.
Yeah. And we also see electric lamp in several scenes, like this one from Read 'em and Weep. Yeah.
I sense a bias.
Do you? There are also X-ray machines, at least in Ponyville.
How do you know that's not magic?
I don't know. Because it's not magic. Because reasons.
This is our headcanon, not yours.
No, party howitzer.
All right. We also can see that they have water service that the images from this slideshow suggest. Fire hydrants, water faucets, that kind of stuff. And we kind of tell they have indoor water service because of Rarity's P-trap that Spike so helpfully pulled out from under her seat. Best pony.
Best pony. I wear false eyelashes.
Oh, we can't start Best Pony discussion this early. We only have an hour.
Best pony's not in this shot anyway. Yeah.
They're all best pony.
They're all best pony, right. As for transportation, we know that there are steam-powered trains and at least one pony-powered train. We can also see an example of what looks like a steam-powered vehicle. The Super Speedy Cider Squeezy 6000. Non-pare. Well, the machine is operated by Magic, but I think the actual transportation is steam-powered.
Oh yes, did you see like the smoke? Like
Yeah,
We do have
see it up
steam
there.
when it comes rolling into town.
Yeah.
If there's smoke, there's fire.
Okay, on the subject of law enforcement, there's very little in the show. Basically, all we have is Sheriff Silverstar in Appaloosa. As far as Ponyville is concerned, their usual reaction to any sort of danger is to run around in circles and scream and yell. Go ahead, sir.
We did actually see basically a security guard in Read It and Weep. He was on patrol in the hospital.
Right, with his flashlight in his mouth. Chasing screw-loose around. Barking man. Barking man. Yeah.
He had a badge. I think he had a badge.
I'm pretty sure that guy was an orderly.
The one that chased the barking man around?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think orderlies. They had the orderly looking thing on. One thing that's a very big indicator of the presence of an army is the presence of firearms. Of course, MLP being a children's show, anything like that, they're not going to show. But there are cannons in the show. We know Pinky has them. Yeah. And Cheese Sandwich has a giant one. It's more like artillery.
Yeah, it's party howitzer.
Field artillery. Obviously, they were developed for other things than Pinky firing confetti from. We know Equestria possesses gunpowder because we can see it in several scenes, like this one right here.
Now, if I can actually pause here, this is actually one of my deals. This kind of indicates that there's some kind of historical, there is warfare that is going on at some point in equestrian history.
Right.
Just based on the city itself. We have something that is clearly built for siege warfare. It's got a cliff bordering one side, it's got a mountain bordering the other side, you got a moat in front of it. They're trying to keep somebody out. So it indicates that things were not always so friendly.
Well, yeah, Discord.
And he's just gonna float over and T-Rex and stuff.
This is true.
T-Rex, yeah, but this is
All
basically
the
season 3 stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the pony
Who
armor
says
and
the
the
carpets
power
have to be
basement
bad
castle.
people? Goodness.
Children, focus.
Don't talk about Black Earth in that way.
Like I said, law enforcement, all we have is basically Sheriff Silver Star. I know that in season 4 they did show, looked like policemen in the cheese sandwich was in the disco room when they were dancing on the floor and they looked like cops there. But I didn't get a slideshow for that.
Oh yeah, there were also cops in the Equestria Games.
And arrows.
Yes, we did have cops at the magic area where they were disarming the unicorns as they passed through. So, yeah. And TSA scene.
But that was a Crystal Empire, not Ponyville, which really doesn't have anything except running around circles, screaming and yelling.
Well, hey, that's what we all do, right?
Right. Exactly. Let's see. Aside from that, there aren't many more references to firearms. I can only think of one more in the scene from Make the Best Pet Win. Rainbow Dash wants a pony that can, quote, fly faster than a bullet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not necessarily tanks were originally designed to hold water, that they were used as a cover for the original mechanism.
I'm liking you. I'm liking the
Historian here, I'm a historian myself, so.
Yes, he is.
Also, bullets are something you can use on a paper as well.
Super fast.
You see how Ward does that? You just hit enter and it just pops right up. It's speedy.
Go ahead, sir.
Well, sometimes when they make references to show it, like, what would you ever cast it over? You know, that city of movies that exists in this universe.
Yeah, well, she said Romeo, too. Let's see. Aside from that, blah, 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 pestle wind. Other than that, spears and arrows seem to be the dominant form of weaponry, especially with the royal guards, which bring us to the subject.
After watching season 4, you should definitely see unicorns use their magic as weapons.
Yeah, they do. They can throw, especially with Spike. He gets thrown by magic more than anybody, I think. Poor Spike. Let's see. Besides the Wonder Bolts, the closest thing we can see to a military presence in Ponyville is the Royal Guards. And it seems they are more of a group tasked with protecting the Royal Sisters at Canterlot than an actual military presence, as the Royal Guards seem to have 2 specific jobs, none of which is exactly military in nature. One set of Royal Guards is tasked with protecting Canterlot, but seems to be okay with Twilight and the other ponies arriving at Canterlot by train. Although the city is being protected by a force field, they let them right through. Yep. And compare that with the scene in where Twilight confronts Shining Armor about Miamor Cadenza. Obviously, the guards at the castle itself have orders to let no one in there, not even the pony who by that time had saved Equestria twice and was even on a giant stained glass window in the castle. We see the ponies.
Now, I just want to point out in the previous scene the idea of cross spears.
Yeah, she's they let her right through up until the part where she gets to the castle and they want to stab her to death. These right here letting her through.
I've got something to say to you, mister.
Instant death!
See, let me say something about that. As somebody who actually did base security, this makes sense, because what happened here is that Twilight Sparkle stupidly passed through the kill line.
She did. She passed the red line. And I had
standoff distance, man.
You'll see she's about 300 yards out. So as soon as she gets beyond 300 yards, dead. She's absolutely dead. No choice.
And I had to stop it before he goes, Twilight! But, yeah, it's public service that one. Corn dog.
Corn dogs are awesome. Thank you. We should have corn dogs.
We should have corn dogs. That'll be a thing.
Yes, next year we will have corn dogs.
Corn dogs for everyone.
You get corn dogs. You get corn dogs. You get corn dogs.
We all
Everyone
get
gets
corn dogs.
Be sure to check under your seats to make sure there aren't corn dogs there already.
Don't eat them, we didn't put them there.
Mine's gonna bite out of it.
Well, the Royal Guards are in Ponyville. All they are concerned about is protecting the princesses, again, even from a pony who helped save Equestria and has her image on the stained glass window. This slide's a little derpy, but it does sort of work.
Too good. I'm bored.
Sort of.
Halt! Who goes there? No one. Never mind. I'll go home.
Yeah, they don't know who Fluttershy is, okay.
Why did you choose that to freeze on?
I think the expression is...
My soul.
No, it looked like she got her head cut
This
off.
is season 1. This is season 1.
She sees Flash Sentry.
Yeah, she sees Flash Sentry.
I thought we were going to mention Brad. You don't mention Brad.
Oh, Flash. The end.
Flash Sentry is an alicorn in season 5.
We would burn Hasbro's.
All right. Like, from what I can see on these, it looks more like the Royal Guards are just almost like the Secret Services. They're concerned with protecting the princesses, but they're not really a military force. I know they salute shining armor, but that's just to get them out of there, I think. Go ahead, sir.
Considering they just made a shink sound when their wings cut up, these things are...
Yeah, it sounded like two swords crossed. Ka-ching! So they have metal wings, apparently.
Or maybe it's a cartoon and they were trying to be funny.
That also brings up something to look at here. The guards are always one thing that we're always looking at. They're always the same. When you look at them, they're almost always the same. The only thing that was different was the one where Twilight was running up, right there that we just watched. You saw black and white. Well, here, I mean, what are the wings? I mean, do you see unicorns? Do you see Pegasi? I mean, what really are the guards? Are they all the exact same, or are they clones like you said earlier?
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Uniformity, I like that.
Kind of similar to when we were
Go ahead,
Yes,
sir.
but there's a small problem with that theory. Flash Sentry.
I don't think so. If you think about it, Flash Sentry is in Chris Hunt. So that doesn't necessarily mean that...
Clap for Tweet!
Tweet, everybody. Tweet, everybody. Tweet.
What's going on in here again?
We've been waiting on you. What do you think's been happening here?
Hey, I'm doing important things though. I'm keeping everyone in this room safe. You're all gonna survive here because of me. You know why? Why?
Okay, let's give a hand for Tweet giving us 3 belts.
Fun fact, PT belts reflect bullets.
We're not worthy.
Worship me! Oh, sorry.
Let me tell you a quick Tweet story. Last year at BronyCon, it was about 8:30 in the morning. Friday morning, wasn't even opening ceremonies yet. Main hall upstairs, back where it was. I go in the main hall, and there's Tweak's face, 20 feet tall on both screens, getting interviewed by the news before the convention even started.
I'm public affairs. It's what I do.
It's what he does.
Oh yeah, public affairs. No, that was.
For those who don't know, drill sergeant is a temporary assignment. It's 2 years and you go do other things. By trade, I'm a public affairs broadcaster. So I'm the one that makes sure that your families hear about all the cool stuff the military people do, and I keep you from looking like a complete moron in camera. Which is ironic, since what I do for a living is I look like a moron in front of the camera.
And he sacrificed his hat to Michelle Craver.
And Michelle Craver broke my hat.
All right, sir, you can wait. What's up?
Alright, I've also noticed that since, in this particular episode, since all the guards are Pegasus, I'm thinking that's a rapid reaction force.
But yeah, all they did there was guard there and look for the Philomena.
Well, still.
Since they were going to... Hey, guarding a pet is serious business.
Yeah, guarding a pet's serious business.
Are you gonna send non-flying unicorns after a bird?
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's gotta be Pegasus.
I'm glad we got our ex-drill instructor here because the next subject kind of has basic training things in it a little bit. We're going to talk about the Wonderbolts. There are obvious similarities to the Wonderbolts as a military organization, starting with what looks like a sort of Wonderbolt basic training, which is right here. As far as the Wonderbolts go, we see them kind of reacting to things. I mean, Giant Mutant Spike shows up and they get caught by a water tower. Rarity falls from the sky and they all get knocked out. Other than that, they're really not around.
So they pretty much are an analog for the Air Force.
He's on the 7-year-old kid bringing up here.
Spangle, you gotta fight for your honor right now.
I'm maintaining military bearing.
You're doing an excellent job.
Later, we're biding our time.
Like I said, we don't really see them doing too much military stuff. They got this little basic training looking thing they do, and then in season 4, Rainbow Dash goes and testing 1, 2, 3 and does a whole bunch of EUP history. But other than that, we really don't know what they are. They're more like the Blue Angels than a military. They're there for morale boosting, I think, because, you know, everything outside Ponyville is like a horrifying wasteland, I think. There's monsters everywhere, no law enforcement.
Yeah. You have something over here?
Just something I've noticed. Maybe it's possible that all of Equestria is an organized paramilitary, like Sheriff Silverstar organizing Appaloosa and something like militia against the Buffalo tribes. Maybe it's organized like that all over Equestria and the Praetorians just for Canterlot.
My little Halliburton.
So more like what you're saying is a National Guard, where individuals can be called up from like a reserve status or something, but everyone acts out of the common defense.
Essentially, well, like with law enforcement, it's some kind of like organizing group.
Okay.
We're all protected by neighborhood.
Yeah. The neighborhood watch with magic.
It seems for the most part we have a whole lot of Michael Bay going on here. There's a whole lot of soldiers there that pretty much their only purpose is to get knocked out to make the evil guy look more powerful than he actually is.
They're all red shirts.
Until
That's it for me.
No, I mean, continue.
Get on with it!
That's all I got. You guys take over.
All right, fine. I guess we can do a question and answer ceremony at this point.
Apparently we have run out of material.
And do you want to sign a badge as well?
Sure. Do you want a picture together?
Sure. Now, Rainbow Dash has been more signed up by AC Race Fest at LPSP, and now Inkro is here at BronyCon. And I gotta realize where I'm going next, because I just decided to go this way. But my question is, where do I go now? Oh, look, giant Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy. Oh, shining armor. This guy's tall. Next, we are going to the interplay panel. there are ponies everywhere. Turns out I read my schedule and it said that today was actually cosplay and that yesterday was the interplay panel, so I'm going to go to the vendor hall now. And there's lots of people everywhere. Who's Optimus Prime? First there were the horse heads, now there's the chicken heads.
If you like are going to go to the website after this, can you put it up so that I can use that as evidence so that Dragonlight will give me money?
What website?
It's a show.
I know which ones are changelings. Fall off!
Time to take you down a notch, sugar. What do you think, Luke? You ain't so bad yourself. Yeah, I'm big for size.
Yeah!
Hold the mic.
We are going to show you what we've been doing for the past 2 years, whether we've been working, making music, or sleeping for a long time. All right. Okay. Start the presentation. Oh no. It's working, it's working. Don't worry. Alright, so let's move on. Who are we? We are, like what we said, a fan-based game based off Super Smash Bros. And My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. We currently have 16 developers for our team. Animation is produced primarily by a user named Slashy and Poison Hearts. We'd like to thank them. Okay. And then currently our status, we're actually very close to being finished. We have a lot of things going on, as you can tell from the percentages, and you can review this on the YouTube video that will appear later on after BronyCon. Okay, for our features. For our features, we are going to have single player mode, and we can describe that as the classic 4 versus 4 all-out brawl, what you probably would expect. And we have some bonus games as well, like the target test, platform test, and home run, and I don't know who typed that, but maybe Flufflepuff did. He's on our team, by the way, so we're very honored to have him here somewhere. Okay, and then for the adventure mode, we will have that after the initial release. The initial release will be available sometime soon. We're going to announce that later in this panel. For the multiplayer mode, which we will definitely have, it will be a standard match, just like in single player mode. Most players win. King of the Hill, you can expect that. We can grab the bits too, so we have some different styles of games. And online multiplayer will be available after initial release. The initial release will not have online multiplayer, but it'll have local multiplayer.
Yes. We are planning for online, but that is going to come after our initial release.
Alright. Okay, let's just get through this. The release details. Yes, the release date for Super Smash Bronies will be on January 1st, 2015. And we will have an auto updater so that you don't have to download the game again, but rather you get downloads automatically, just like what you do in Steam.
And with an auto updater, if you do plan on adding new characters, that'll be there as well.
Okay, and we have some conceptual artwork of some, let's see, who was the artist? Some people on our...
This was from all of our art teams.
Yes, we have various art teams. The shading is quite nice. And then
You gotta love our art. Like, we're trying to go for show quality here, so... Alright, and if some of y'all remember, we did throw out a poll, and that was not too recently. So,
and
here we go.
full results we will reveal. In addition to the main 6, we'll be adding these characters next.
And next up...
And the last character?
And the last one. Now this is exciting.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah! Yeah! And then we have some fan art, which...
That's so... It's not fan art,
They're
it's just
actually
art.
they're from the developers.
Just to show you guys.
And we just have a...
No, we wanted to keep our PowerPoint short, so...
Yeah, no one likes PowerPoints.
But yeah, there's all the ways you can keep track of us. We have a Twitter or Facebook.
I don't think anyone here would write anything down. So.
I'm just going to keep it up there. Well,
yeah, take your photos.
So this is going to go down here pretty soon.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Alright, now, so this would be...
Oh, this has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That's just my amazing desktop. I'm excited for these.
Yes. I think what we're mainly here for is to see some people play the game.
Yeah, who comes to a game panel and doesn't want to play the game? So.
Alright, so we're actually going to start off.
We're going to start off with
a one-on-one.
A one-on-one actual game. But don't worry, we're going to try to give as many people a chance.
Yeah, I'm as skilled as what I went last time. Alright. Okay, yeah.
While the game's loading up,
while the game's loading up, we can have a few questions that you can answer. If you guys answer it correctly, you, the first one is yeah. Okay, the cloud. You're on, Frodo.
Oh my gosh. My controller. You're cheating now. You're cheating now. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was cool. He's on the horn!
I don't do all the rematch of course. That's what they all say. Okay. This is about 2 minutes. Oh, come down and get face me.
I can't. I really wish I could.
These are the clutch moves.
I can't even move down.
Do a better roll.
You can't jump up to the teleport. It seems like a deep in.
Having a fight.
Yeah, right? So intense. It's anyone's game at this point. No, I think This is the biggest one.
I can defend myself somehow. I guess you can see the Twilight's playing pacifism over
Dang it, no. So close. Such a thrilling
I'm just gonna restart it.
It lets
It
you
will
pick the
play.
character.
It will play.
Yes.
The control
We only
sticks are
tested
working.
these last week.
I mean, we've been testing it extensively, but you know how it goes. Murphy's Law of convention.
Yeah.
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 Blame it on you.
Damn you, Murphy's Law!
Alright, we're on to another question. Oh, some of you aren't Okay. Go ahead, start. Who will want to pick the stage? You and glasses.
I have glasses. Final destination.
Final Destination isn't playable at the moment. It's a little too laggy for show.
Aww.
Okay. Alright, let us begin.
Besides, it's Twilight.
Anyone just see where you doing Applejack for a brief second?
Yeah. This way it's going to die.
Oh no.
She's defying gravity.
Magic.
I can jump slowly. Oh, I can move now. I can come back. Alright, that's it.
Congratulations.
You're so drunk, people.
Encountering some technical Alrighty, and we still have time for one more game.
You know I've got to go to Cartapalooza. So I'm lucky that those aren't like...
Excuse me. We're going to choose the last Crystal
Tower! Crystal Tower! Crystal Tower! Crystal Tower! All Apple Jack. Yes! Crystal Tower! Yes!
We'll show as fun as it takes after this match. Just so you can see. And everybody move.
Don't jump off, AJ! Don't jump off! You don't want to do this! Oh, it's player 2. The player 2 remote is the one that's not working. No! Bye, Rarity! No, bye, bye! Bye, Applejack. Bye, AJ. You're done. You're done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No, that's the one that he, like, AFK.
I'm sorry, it's
Okay, so let's begin. Twilight.
Twilight, 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 twilight.
All right, now the next one. Let's start with Rarity. Okay, Rarity.
Rarity, 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 rarity.
Next one's Applejack. We'll need that. Applejack.
Applejack, 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 Applejack.
Next one, we'll have Pinkie Pie.
Pinkie Pie, Pinkie Pie, Pinkie Pie,
next one is Fluttershy. Oh yes, one thing about Fluttershy, we're gonna whisper it.
I knew it.
Okay, let's whisper it.
Fluttershy, 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 Fluttershy.
And then the last one is Spike. And could you guys talk as well when you say Spike? Spike. Okay, and that's it for the
Rainbow Dash.
Rainbow Dash.
Oh yes, and Rainbow Dash. Yes.
Everybody got a weird dance like
I had lead development, forgot that. Alright, so Rainbow Dash is the last chant. Okay, because we gotta do it. Or should we do 20% cooler? Rainbow Dash. Okay.
Let's do both.
Okay. Both are good. Rainbow Dash.
Rainbow Dash, 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 Rainbow Dash.
Alright.
20% cooler.
Thank you. Alright. Everyone improvise. 20% cooler.
20% cooler, 20% cooler, 20% cooler,
Awesome.
20% cooler.
That's all we need for now. And the last.
Look at all the cosplayers right here.
Because that was her.
Alright, so we are really short one panelist, but he will hopefully run in slow motion, romantic, all that part of good stuff. Alright, so welcome to the crossovers panel. What did we call it? Worlds Beyond?
Yes.
I think it was like, I came up with that and then no one just agreed to do this round with it. So yeah, what we're going to do here is we're going to start off with some introductions. Then we're going to do a short little roundtable discussion. It's kind of talking about some topics we've already got over that we thought were important for you guys to hear about. And then we're going to finish off with a Q&A. So pretty basic panel structure. Should be fun. Hopefully we won't get to everyone's questions, but we should be able to get to as many as we can. So yeah.
Let's just see how zoomed we are. Once we get to Q&A, how many people have questions?
That's good.
Okay,
Well,
we may be able to manage that.
Yeah, we'll get there. All right, so introductions. You want to start down that side? We'll go down.
All right, so I'm a bag of Vicodin. I'm mostly known by the Colbert Report and absolutely nothing else. I'm not mentioning anything else I've written. It's not for this panel. the other panelists suggested that we have got canceled. So, not canceled, but denied, so.
And the third question in here was, what is one fan fiction crossover universe that you like to read, or would like to read?
Would like to read Warcraft, like after Wrath of the Lich King, all the way to Cataclysm. I want a huge Deathwing fight. I want Celestia and Discord just going after Deathwing. Hate incarnate. How is that not awesome?
Sounds awesome.
That does sound awesome.
Like,
Are we talking about technical Deathwing or classic Deathwing?
the one that got risen by the Dark Iron Dwarves. The one that came out, the one that's in like this 20-man raid that my guild sucks at. I like G-kicks all of them.
Hang on the bolt. Hang on the bolt.
All right, next guy, who are you?
Captain Chrysalid. I've written, well, for the purposes of this, a whole lot of crossovers, including Mass Effect, XCOM, Drama 1/2, My Little Pony, some other animes.
Wait,
you wrote My Little Pony?
Yes, and I wrote the My Little Pony World of Warcraft crossover. So yeah,
Is it good?
Yeah. Well, it's,
Are you sure?
It's mostly about jokes and lampshading all the ridiculous stuff in World of Warcraft. Anyway, that was actually the first one I wrote for this thing. Anyway, but yeah, so a lot of crossover crap in my background. I shouldn't have said that.
PG. Alright, I am Penstroke. My big thing I'm known for isn't crossover, but like him, the first two things I wrote for the fandom was crossover, which was Bed Living through Science and Ponies, and then Creepy Darkness. Other crossovers, the other crossover I've done that I'm really happy and I like, but not a lot of people read is Little Sugar Shop of Horror. Okay, I like that one.
That was good.
And one fan fiction continuity I would like to read, and I actually want to write at some time if I figure out a good idea for it, would be Despicable Me. So,
if I can, I'd like to answer my third question. I would love to see more Game of Thrones.
Oh boy.
Except, of course, we can't legally have those because George R.R. Martin does that. That's legendary. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like wrong.
Yeah. They don't need to live. That's fine. It would be so nice.
All right, who's the next guy?
I'm Alex Straza. I do way too much in this fandom. And my most known crossover probably is the Rise of Iron Man. Anyone in here has heard of that, I'd be impressed.
I've heard of it.
well,
Yes.
You do a technological crossover as well as ponies and mouse pads.
That's true. That's true. You can find my food downstairs. Anyway, what's the third thing? Something I want to say? I don't know. Anything in Nicolas Cage, really.
Yes. If you do not know of his story, you know of his Nicolas Cage-ness.
Pretty much. He is Nicolas Cage. 90% sure.
Yeah.
All right, new dude, who are you?
I am Aquaman. I suppose my most well-known crossover would be Harmony, Bioshock 1. I've done a spiritual, I can call Sky Pirates of Equestria a spiritual crossover with Pirates of the Caribbean. And as far as what I would want to see goes, there was I forget who it was who said it, where it says if you're waiting for someone to write it, that means you should do it yourself. I take that very much to heart, so if there is a crossover I want to see, rest assured it's outlined somewhere in my computer. So the two I would name for that would be, I guess, Battle Royale and Attack on Titan.
Yes.
Attack on Titan. I want to Battle Royale.
It'll work. It's eventually I'll get to it. Yeah, like, well, Battle Royale, Hunger Games, spiritual thing for both of them. I just saw a bunch of people write a bunch of really bad Hunger Games ones. Like, hey, I could possibly do that.
Yeah. And I'm Cloudhammer. Most well-known crossover for me is My Little Pony, Arceus and the Displaced Village. And as far as setting that I would want to see more of, I'm actually going to go with Ghost in the Shell crossovers.
That's a good one.
I admit I'm a little bit biased. I do have one that I'm started and I'm still toying with, but it's just something I've not seen really anybody do. So I'd love to see some competition.
Full alternate universe and do Samurai Champloo. It would be great. It wouldn't work at all, but it would be great.
Just the light straight combo.
Samurai Champloo.
All right, so I guess last, I am Golden Vision. I am that dude who writes Doctor Who crossovers. I think my best known one is Another Day for the Hoops. Awesome. And yeah, honestly, I'm a simple guy. I like Doctor Who crossovers. I want to see more of them. So, not too complicated.
Number 12.
Peter Capaldi, please. Who's excited for Series 8?
Yeah.
See, my fandom's better than yours. All right, so here's what we're going to do now. I've got something of a topics list. So we are going to bounce questions around and see what these fine gentlemen have to say about the things we've drawn up. So, are you all ready?
Sure.
Bring it on. All right, start from over there. All right, so let's talk about crossover accessibility. Because often when you are writing or reading crossover, you're working with two different universes. You've got one thing that some people might know, and some other universe that some other people might not know. So what do you have to keep in mind when writing a crossover to make sure that it's accessible to everyone who might want to read it?
I would say it depends first on the nature of the crossover, because there's the two fields of thought. There's inspired by, where you're taking some of the ideas and throwing them in the pony universe, and then that one doesn't need as much lead-in. But if it's like, oh, Edward Elric showed up in Ponyville, then you may need to give people a little bit more lead-in on who and what Edward Elric is.
Do it.
Full Metal Alchemist. Oh, see, example.
Worst immediately ever.
I don't really tell by looking at me. I don't watch a whole lot of anime.
I'll say first you need a realistic assessment of which of your crossovers is going to be the most popular. Oh, there's always one that's more popular than the other. And you need to understand that most of your readers are probably going to come from that as an example. And then you have to kind of gauge from then how you're going to handle the introduction. And that can depend, of course, on whether you're using characters from the other universe or whether you're just using the setting of the universe itself. Now, this might not be right there, but let me bring, for example, Warhammer 40K, which I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with. No? Okay. It's a setting of grim darkness from the future and orcs and bad stuff. Okay. But the point is, you could either bring in characters from Warhammer 40K, or you could just bring the 40K setting, both of which would be crossed over into something like Friendship is Magic. And I know for certain that there have been Warhammer 40K and Friendship is Magic crossovers of a large variety. So, for example, if you're just bringing in like evil chaos gods that are causing trouble, all right, then in that case, you don't really need to spend a whole lot of time, introducing 40K characters or 40K anything like that. You can very easily, bring them up as the danger arises. Or just use Discord. Yeah, or use Discord as like an avatar of your chaos god, so it's not, that's an issue. But okay, so the point is, it's a real case-by-case basis, and part of the confusion and the complexity of crossovers is that they can be done in so many ways, whether you're crossover characters, crossover settings.
Yeah, so we've got the crossover characters, crossover settings. So crossover settings is like Aquaman's Harmony, where you just take the elements of Bioshock and you take them to Equestria, right?
Yeah, it's a spiritual mix between the two. I consider them to be adaptive crossovers, is the word I use for it. Essentially what it means is you are adapting both canons to make a single third thing. I think the metaphor I use for it is when you add the numbers 1 and 2 together, you don't get 12, you get 3. 3 being a different number that contains both of them, but is its own separate, unique entity in and of itself.
So how do you ensure that keep those flavors but avoid doing a copy-paste crossover?
It's like, a good example for that would be Little Sugar Shop 4. It's like, I took the same very kind of situation at the beginning. The cakes are losing their shop to Starbucks, like the flower shop from the movie was failing. And Pinkie Pie Fan's the perfect little plant to draw in business. But then after that, I let the story go where it would, there's no reason for there to be a dentist antagonist in Ponyville, because Pinkie Pie A isn't trying to swoon whoever sings the song for the suburban lifestyle.
I think it's Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah, whoever that character is, and then but the antagonist is like the guy of Starbucks, and so that was one reason I had fun writing that one. Is I rewrote the dentist song to be the business baron song.
Well, also Pinkie Pie doesn't need a dentist.
Yeah.
My teeth are atrocious, and I don't even eat candy. And I look at her and I get sad.
But it's like. The way I would say is that the way you get the 3 instead of just having 1 or 2 is that you have to start by putting them both in the same situation and then let the 2 react against each other like a chemical reaction, because you're going to get something out of it.
Yeah, and I think another important thing to bring up as far as character analogs go, this is especially a big problem I had with adapting Bioshock, was that the characters involved in it, without giving away any spoilers, Andrew Ryan's existence is absolutely essential to Bioshock being a story, to anything important. The plot of Bioshock is, aside from a normal universe, like I take, Captain Crystal was talking about Game of Thrones, you could take the world of Game of Thrones and not necessarily do the same plot, but it would be a spiritual crossover. You could have all the spiritual elements there. But the plot of Bioshock is an essential part of its universe. It is what's going on there. So you have to be able to do analog without doing copy-paste. So my version of Andrew Ryan in this story, because I had to have an Andrew Ryan, I named her Onyx Rider. I do the very obvious parallel there. But aside from filling the same role in the story and the general plot line that Andrew Ryan does, they are not synonymous characters. Her motivations are slightly different for why she created the City of Harmony. Her backstory and how she got there and how the whole city functions and who she decided to bring in, everything is tailored to something that would fit within the pony world, as opposed to Andrew Ryan hating, government, big government and capitalism and all that. Altruism was his big thing. Hated altruism. It's a very different thing for Onyx Rider, she focuses more on what the world of Friendship and Magic focuses on, which she doesn't like the fact that everything's kind of tailored down to not hurting people's feelings. It's sort of similar to altruism, but it's a little bit divergent in the sense that it's kind of in opposition to magical experimentation, kind of stuck in traditionalist ways, and she wants to go further than that and see what else is possible if you take magic to its absolute limit.
So these are spiritual crossovers, like adaptations, right? You take some elements, you put them in another. But what about more direct crossovers? We can pluck out, I don't know, like Halo. Just take, yeah, you pluck in Equestria. So, I mean, you see those in the featured box pretty often, like they're pretty popular. But what are the more common pitfalls, do you think, in making that kind of just pluck him up and put him over here crossover? What are the major traps in that genre?
With that, I'm speaking from my experience with mine, which is with Pokemon stuff, is the big thing that I see going on in those kinds of settings is that basically the disconnect between that character and then this abrupt setting that they find themselves in is usually either downplayed or just in some cases ignored outright. Because in a lot of them it is portrayed as, hey, like a dimensional rift or something that opens up, character sucked in, is that you're literally taking them from literally like downtown New York and putting them in
downtown Manhattan.
Well, it's a little bit worse than that, but it's basically, it's like taking someone from Manhattan and dropping them into Papua New Guinea with no prior knowledge of where they're at. And then the character really just picks up and runs with it, like, okay, whatever, I'm not gonna, you know.
Yeah. A common pitfall I see in those kind of stories is when they spend an entire chapter completely making it slow just to try and get like the lore heads on their side. Like when it comes to lore for your crossover, I consider that when it starts off, ambiguity is kind of better than clarity, because you either run the risk of explaining too much and boring the reader, or you run the risk of not explaining enough and they go, I can't care enough about this story to care that it's a good crossover.
You can kind of set it up the same way as you do any other story. And the way to make a good crossover from the very start of it, is to assume that every single person reading it has never heard of what you're crossing over with.
Exactly.
You can't assume anybody has prior knowledge of it, because even if they do have prior knowledge of it, it still makes for a sloppy setup. There's still stuff that you're technically leaving out that would be critical to remind people of if they're technically aware of it.
Especially if the crossover is very esoteric.
The one thing I would say is that the trapping is that people tend to just bring in the protagonists from the other thing, and it's just like, oh, you bring the good guys in to meet the good guys. Well, they're going to have tea and not be able to do much, because most people have their house clean when they have guests over. It's when you bring over the bad guys that I think you can really, like, you avoid the pitfall of not having a plot.
Well, not only that, but the side characters too.
Yeah,
that's kind of the reason why side characters exist, is because if the main character didn't have side characters, they would be basically the most boring thing there. They'd be doing everything, but they wouldn't have side characters to bounce ideas off of. They wouldn't have any kind of growth.
So you need to avoid the problem, which is, I'm just going to take this and put this in here.
Yeah.
Just
For example, a story I saw I didn't read in a feature box was someone just dropped the Scout over from TF2. And while the Scout is a very interesting character and whatnot, it's like part of the reason we like TF2 is because of how all the characters on one team kind of bounce and interact with one another. Just like if we look at our main six, they're better as a whole than they are as the pieces.
I find that most crossovers, kind of the author usually knows enough to bring in not just, one, protagonist from the universe, but that protagonist is usually very quickly followed by an antagonist, or he's followed by an antagonist. I always, and this is a particular problem, especially for sci-fi universes, is the issue of balance. And even if you look back into the darkest ages of the internet, you'll see, Star Wars and Star Trek people, arguing with each other. And so any crossover that occurred between them, it will sooner or later devolve into arguments about, turbo lasers, 200,000 gigantons, and other stupid stuff like that. And that's an inevitable consequence of not just sci-fi crossovers, but any sort of military type crossovers. One example that comes to mind was back in season 1, I remember there was a Stargate MLP crossover, which you guys might remember. And it was actually very well done, but I do remember in the comments there were people, you know, going on about how effective, you know, B90s would be, how effective gold stack weapons would be, and all this other stuff. And of course, as the author, you think, get over these minute details and stuff. It doesn't matter the megatons and stuff. But people do care about that, and if you're mindful of your audience, it's usually best to at least try and maintain a reasonable balance between the two universes, even and sometimes that's really hard, the balance between the two universes. When I approached this problem with World of Ponycraft, right, that was one of the big ones because I had World of Warcraft on one hand and I had MLP on the other. And I kind of went into, you know, I kind of explained it away by just using game mechanics. So, you know, I could say, oh, you know, Twilight, who's, you know, the most powerful unicorn, nonetheless gets pwned by Trixie very early on because she spent all her time doing archaeology instead of leveling. Yeah, so Trixie comes over and is like, Twilight, let's duel, and she throws down the flag, and Twilight's like, what is this flag doing here? And it counts down, and she gets kind of fell down, and that's pretty much the end. So, you know, you can find a certain amount of refuge in just ludicrousness. Because a lot of these settings are pretty ludicrous, you know, in medicine when you think about it. So you don't have to, on one hand, you have to either make it make sense in a concrete way, okay, then stick with it and not violate it, or you can go the opposite route, which is just say, you know,
be comedic and
introduce exactly.
Marvel and DC have made a very large living off of in-universe crossover.
Exactly.
There's Batman versus Superman.
Or who remembers Amalgam back when we were young? Yeah, a few people remember the brief Amalgam universe and how they settled all the fights by like having people vote. So you had things like Wolverine beating Lobo.
How old are you?
Not that old.
Like they actually merged the superheroes
When
and
you
the
take something like, I'm just going to jump off here and run with it, something like Marvel or DC, you've got these darker universes, Bioshock. How do you try to reconcile those tones with the lighter, softer, saccharine world of My Little Pony?
It all really depends the kind of story you're trying to write. Because I actually had that situation when I was doing Creeping Darkness, which is an Alan Wake crossover. Alan Wake is a pretty dark story. It doesn't get into the gore or anything, but it's like, it's all about the horror, it's Stephen King style and all that stuff. And so it's a matter of, it's like I actually addressed this in one of the like author journals I have, Alan Wake writing this and doing this, is like, for him it didn't make sense. It's like, you can't ask pretty princess ponies to go shooting people in the dark dead with a flashlight and all that stuff. So it's, sometimes if you wrote the story that way, it would have to work. It's like it's making the characters adapt to a situation that they just, I don't know, they go, no, I don't want to deal with it. No, it's like Fluttershy wanting to hide with her teddy bear when she had to go and tell Sakura, and Twilight what was going on with Trixie.
I would imagine if you wanted to blend those two moods, you would probably want to start with one that's not ludicrous. Like, don't bring the DC people that in the middle of a fight just play straight to Equestria, or like, don't do Pony and then in the same chapter just automatically bring in huge fights.
Yeah, no, that is very good.
Unless it's the season 4 finale, in which case I'm fine.
We'll have a way in. And that's
Yeah.
the most important part of playing the crossover. I would say before you can really figure out the plot in earnest, figure out how you get from Friendship's Magic to whatever you're trying to do.
Or vice versa.
Or vice versa.
It's
Yeah,
like,
whichever the major setting of the
it's like there's a lot of options and there's a lot of them used, like Discord is a wild card you can use to like just, oh, I'm gonna walk in.
So you could say that at this point, Discord bringing in crossover elements is the broken wing rainbow dash.
Exactly. Well, the boon to every writer, it's one of my favorite things that will always be true, is the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So the best way to get to a really dark storyline is say, okay, here's someone who tried to do something really wonderful and flew too close to the sun. I mean, that is essentially how I got Harmony to work, is by saying, all right, they had this idea for utopia, they had this magical experimentation, all of this stuff that could have been wonderful. It was wonderful for a while, and something came about from it that none of them expected, that they lost control of, and it just descended into chaos from there. And then you move ahead 10 years, and suddenly you have Harmony, which is this horrific, ugly place that doesn't fit in with Equestria, but you can see all these parts and pieces where it was Equestria and then went horribly wrong somewhere.
Okay, so I'm starting to see some hands going up, so we're going to move on to our Q&A segment now.
Anyways, it's time to go to the charity auction. That's it, charity auction. That is next. There's the maniac. This is Twilight. There's Twilight as well. Well, time for the next panel, which is whose line is it anyway? With the funny guys, Saber Spark, AC Race Fest. I think is in there. Oh, Bro's line up.
Someone tell me.
Yeah. 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 This is the cycle of the bro hoof.
It's a premium.
Inverted bro hoof. Ouch. That's kind of fun, but kind of bony. Yeah! BronyCon, make some noise! Yeah! Yeah! We're going forward and back. We don't know where we're going. Right through there. Everybody, make some noise! Yeah! Destroy, swag, crush, kill, 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 destroy, kill, destroy, swag, crush, kill, destroy, swag, crush, kill, destroy, swag, crush, kill, destroy, swag. Oh, it's over. 3-word chant, 3-word chant, 3-word chant. Fluttershy, rainbow dash, rainbow dash, rainbow dash.
You outside! They're gonna do everything you can never chant ever.
Random chant! 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 Alright, when I say AC, you say Race Fest. AC! Race Fest! AC! Race Fest! When I say paleo, you say steno. Paleo. Steno. Paleo. Steno. When I say saber, you say spark. Saber. Spark. Saber. Spark. When I say Tommy, you say Oliver. Tommy. Oliver. Tommy. Oliver. Woo!
When I say Hillshire, you say far!
No! Go eat! Crush, kill, destroy, slay, 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 crush, kill, destroy, slay. You say Lou, Scooter, Scooter. When I say apple, you say bloom, apple, apple. When I say sweetie, you say bell, sweetie, sweetie. When I say twilight, you say sparkle, twilight, twilight. When I say rainbow, you say dash, rainbow, rainbow. Yeah! When I say nightmare, you say moon. Nightmare. Nightmare. Yeah!
So global warming! What up with that?
Yeah! When I say fallout, you say Equestria. Fallout. Equestria. Fallout. Equestria. When I say mod, you say pie. Mod. Pie. Mod. Pie.
When I say ball, you say pit. Ball. Pit. Ball. Pit. Ball. Pit. Ball. Pit. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
When I say Lyra, you say heartstrings. Lyra. Heartstrings. Lyra. When I say Lyra, you say Twilight time. 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 Oh, life's over.
When I say yeah, you say yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Make them go and not come back. Stop the bats, stop the bats. Make them go and not come back. Stop the bats, stop the bats. Make them go and not come back. Winter wrap up, winter wrap up. It's the holiday cheer. Winter wrap up, cause tomorrow spring is here. Winter wrap up.
Go play with your dog, gonna follow my rainbow. Looking around, gonna keep moving on. There's one shot ahead, only one way to find out. 3 months of winter coolness and awesome holidays.
but the food we stored is running down, and we can't grow in this cold. And even though I love my boots, this fashion's getting old. It's time we come to welcome spring, and I'll make morning green. It's also time to say goodbye. It's winter we must fade. How can I help what you see? With every pony, we're full rock, we're not help without magic. We haven't got a clue. Winter wrap up, let's finish our holiday cheer. Winter wrap up, cause tomorrow spring is here. Cause tomorrow spring is here. This jolly thing, the skies feel like the sunshine. It doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter when. Oh, it ended? I thought this one would run the crowd.
It didn't quite catch. Oh.
Yeah. My little pony, my little pony. I cannot express my delight. Dancing on rainbows, puppy unicorns, dancing on rainbows. Pink fluffy 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 unicorns, dancing on rainbows.
Where are the omelets so far? What color are the unicorns?
Pink!
What are they dancing on?
Rainbows!
Use one word to describe the texture of the fabulous fur.
Pink fluffy unicorns, dancing on rainbows. Pink fluffy unicorns, dancing on rainbows. Pink fluffy unicorns, dancing on rainbows. Pink fluffy unicorns, dancing on rainbows.
$875. It's worth way more than that, people. All right, $850. $900. Thank you very much. 9 1/4. 9 1/4. 900 going once. 900 going twice. $1,000. What I really need is the microphone in here. Don't I? Yeah. All right, $1,000. $1,100. $1,100. 1,000 once. Twice. Sold for $1,000. Wow. Who went to see the original Equestria Girls in the theater? Yeah. Best way to see a movie's in the theater.
I know.
Netflix, he says. Okay, everybody knows that there was a VIP screening down at Hasbro Studios in LA, right? This is a VIP screening badge that you could only get there. This is signed by Kathy Westluck, Tara Strong, and who's that? Oh, there's a third one on here. I think that's Emmy Larson. Huh? Nice watch. Oh, thank you. But anyway, this is a VIP screening badge you can't get anywhere. On top of that, signed by Tara Strong, Kathy Westluck, and Megan McCarthy. Thank you very much.
Is the watch included?
No, that's my watch, and you can't have it.
Hey, no one touches his watch, but him.
I did buy my own. It's my watch.
No, it's the people's watch.
$100. $100. 100. Thank you. 150. 150. 2 bills. 150 is bid. $200. $200. 250. 225. No. $200. Anybody for 225? Thank you very much in the back. 250.
Yeah.
250.
I might
225 once. Twice. 3 times a lady. Sold! All right. Hope I remember this guy's name. They keep sending me stuff up here.
Whoa!
Look at that. Be still, my heart. I ain't even told you about it yet.
Doesn't matter.
This is an original Discord piece. Isn't that gorgeous? Wow. And I've already got a $200 bid. I'd like 3.
3.
4.
4.
5.
5.
6. I got a 5 down there. Thank you, 6. I don't know because it's not signed. I was told like 3 things ago. It's not, there's nothing. Nothing on the back. It's probably in the back of the drawing.
You sign it.
I can't sign it. It's not my art. I got $600 so far. 7? $600.
650.
650. Thank you very much. $700. 650. 650 once. 650 twice. Thank you, $700 down in the front.
750.
Thank you, 750. How about you? 750. 8. Anybody? 750 once. Man, it's heavy. 750 twice. Sold $750.
Yeah.
What up? No! I got a pocket full of for you. I know it's for charity. Maybe later. I don't know how to say his name. VIWRASTUPR. Thank you. Viewer Stupor sends us this lovely piece of art. It's not Spyro. What kind of convention do you think you're at? This is Twilight Sparkle.
No, it's fair out.
Princess Twilight Sparkle. Looking over her domain.
Princess Spyro!
I'm sure to tell the artist that.
Spyro is best princess.
How about $100?
I'll look for Princess Spyro.
210, 250,
Spyro Sparkle.
3,
Oh my god.
4 bills, 5 bills. I got a 6. 750. Princess Twilight Sparkle, $750. 8. 750. Going once. 750. Going twice. Sold $750. Thank you. All right. Donated by Even Time from down in the vendor's hall. My Little Pony sketch cover number 13 with our favorite rainbow-maned Pegasus on it. Thank you.
Yes!
Heather Breckel drew a nice little piece for you on it and signed it. So original art done here at the con by Heather. Start at 100. Anybody? 100. Thank you very much. 150. 125. 150. Thank you very much. 2 bills. 175. 150 going once. 150 going twice. Anybody? Sold $150.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Wow. How many people like these mascots they have going around here?
Yeah.
How about these guys? Uh-huh. I don't want to drop these. For sure. But these are one of a kind. There aren't another set of these. Thank you very much. How about waiting a minute?
151. Who made this?
Now, how about $200? Two. What? When you to the back? 230. 250? 250 back there. 3 bills? 300? That's only 100 apiece, people. 350. Thank you very much. 450? $500. $600. 7. $650. $700. $800. 9. $850. $900. A cool G. $950. 9 once. 9 twice. Sold for $900. Wow. How many people collect the cards?
Yeah.
Like these.
Yeah.
Not only are these the hard to get foil cards, they have to go to all the conventions to get, but there's some here and some there, and they're signed. I'm about to tell you if you shut up! Applejack is signed by Big Jim Miller. Tara Strong has signed Princess Twilight. Let's see. Andrea Libman has signed Fluttershy. GM Barrow has signed Pinkie Pie. Kazumi Evans has signed Rarity, singing voice of Rarity. What do we have over here? Who signed Discord? Wow! M.A. Larson signed Discord, he's not even on this continent. So, Discord, M.A. Larson. Tabitha St. Germain has signed Derby. Amy Keating Rogers has signed Luna. And let's see, Claire Corlett has signed down here. Nobody has signed Vinyl Scratch because nobody voices Vinyl Scratch except for No Whacking, and nobody should sign it but her. And yeah, but that's the set. Wow. Yes. Flip it. Flip what? Oh, Sipsy. Right there. Sipsy signed the back of Vinyl Scratch. She's awesome because she does things backwards. So, Sipsy has signed it. So every one of these cards is signed. And they're all rare. And just one of those on eBay goes for like $100. Not signed. So let's start there. $100.
200.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 5. 5, 6, thank you very much. $650? $600. $650? 6 going once. You're getting a deal. 6 going twice. Yes.
I also want to say we do have Rainbow Dash also signed. Rainbow Dash did get stuck at the border, but whoever buys the set, I will mail it to you if you contact me later.
Who signed it?
Ashley Ball.
Ashley Ball.
Oh!
So, Rainbow Dash is in the set, signed by Ashley Ball. Thank you very much for that information. So we're at $600. 7? 650? I like that.
Woo!
I'll take that all day. How about 1,100? Done? 1,100. 1,200. Anybody? 1,100. Hey, 12. 1,100 once. 1,100 twice. Sold for $1,100. Thank you. Aha! Okay. That's Kiki. Sorry, my bad.
Hey everybody, who here knows Nathan Barlow, Secure Speeder? All right, he's an outstanding Brony artist. He does OCs all the time. He and I collaborated with this, and for Grayson Arroyo, also on a Twitter handle of Amazing Gray. He's battling inoperable brain tumor. He's been, I know Tara's said a lot about him, and she's pushed a lot of stuff, and knowing that this auction had to do with children's cancer, I wanted to make sure that this got in here. As you can see, it's framed and it's been signed by, actually I don't even know who all signed it.
Well, it looks like Peter New, Andrew Libman, Sipsy, Tabitha St. Germain, Tabitha St. Germain down here, Kazumi Evans over here, Daniel Ingram over here, let's see, Mark Soichet over here, Claire Corlett over here, and Ian Corlett over there. So it's signed by all of those people. These are awesome.
This is number 2 of 2. Number 1 is being sent to his family so he can hang on his wall.
Awesome. We also have a surprise for later. So for this, we start at $200. $200. 3? 210. 3. I got 210. How about 225? 225, signed by all these people. 210. Once. Thank you very much back there, 250. 275. 250 once. 250 twice. 1 of 2. Thank you very much. 275 in the front. 3. Look for 3. 275 once. Thank you very much. $300 in the back. 3 and a quarter. That's 300. 3 and a quarter. 350. 3 and a quarter. Once. 3 and a quarter. Twice. Sold. $325. Thank you. Sarge, tell me a bit about what happened with this print.
Who was here last year? Does it look familiar? This went for last year's auction for around $350, $400. Unfortunately, being that it was a Sunday auction, the highest bidder had spent a little too much time in the vendor hall. It was declined. Because it was at the end of the auction, we weren't able to put it back up, and it is sat in storage, climate controlled, for a year, waiting for your turn with last year's VA signatures.
All right, last year's VA signatures are Lee Tolkar, Nicole Oliver, Michelle Krieber, Kathy Westluck, let's see, Zakura's in here, and who's that? My brain's not working. I think that was Matty Peters, maybe. Okay, so 1 of 1, only 1. 1 of a kind. Start at 100. Anybody? $100? Thank you very much. 150. You gonna let this go for $100 with all those signatures on it? Thank you very much. 150 in the back. 2. 2 bills? Thank you very much. $200. 250? Thank you very much. $300. 3? 250. Going once. Cheap, cheap, cheap. 250. Twice. Sold. $250. Thank you very much. I had a beautiful watercolor here that I don't remember who did it. You don't like it. Okay, but after I do this one. Who did this watercolor? Somebody remind me. Who did this watercolor? Of The Cutie Mark Crusaders taking a nap by the clubhouse. Isn't that cute? This is an original watercolor. It's not a print. It is an original. Thank you very much for the $100 bid. How about $200? Original watercolor art. Thank you very much, $200. 3? 250? $200. 250. $300? 250 once. 250 twice. Sold for $250. Thank you very much. Original watercolor artwork. All right. Vanna, would you please come out with the next beautiful prize? All right. Remember when we talked about the beautiful, dazzling crystal prints by one dazzling leakfish? This is called Dazzle by Leakfish. Dazzle is the 4th in a 6-part rainbow series by Leak. Each features one of the main 6 in their rainbow power design seen in the season 4 finale. This piece comes embellished with Swarovski crystals. I can never say that word. And signed by voice actress Tabitha St. Germain and Kazumi Evans. Both voices for rarity. All right. Let's start at $100. Give them up. 2, 3, 4. I like 6. I'll take that. How about 650? Thank you. 7 bills. 7 bills. 750. Anybody? $700 is bid. 750. $700 once. $700 twice. Thank you, $750. I like it. 8. 750 once. 750 twice. Sold $750. Thank you, Lee. I should have sang a water song is what I should have done. No, I actually don't know the whole thing anymore. Ooh, what's this? Ah, okay. All right, guys. Who was here for the costume contest? Yeah. Everybody know that AMC's Comic Book Men are here from their show? They were in the costume contest? Well, they signed this BronyCon banner. Walt Flanagan, Brian Johnson, Ming Chen, I can't even read that, who wrote that? Matt Sepkit. Wow. So all those guys from ABC's Comic Book Men signed this for you. And on top of that, you're not going to get one of these banners. On top of that. So let's start at $100. Get them up. 2.
500.
Thank you very much. $500. 6. 550. I got 5 once. 5 twice. Sold for $500. Thank you. We got anything else back there? Watch. I need more to sell.
Watch.
Okay.